In the ancient tabernacle and temple of Israel, there was a curtain, not just fabric, but a veil, a boundary, a divide between man and the most holy place. But what if the veil wasn't only a symbol of spiritual separation, but something much more profound? A dimensional membrane, a quantum veil between the unseen realm and the seen realm. Today we look beyond the verse into a mystery that stretches from Exodus to Revelation. The veil concealed God's glory and protected man from death in his presence. It was no mere decoration, it was a dimensional firewall. Exodus 26:31-33. You are to make a veil of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely spun linen with cherubim skillfully worked into it. Hang it with gold hooks on 4 posts of acacia wood overlaid with gold, standing on 4 silver bases. Hang the veil from the clasps and place the Ark of the Testimony behind the veil, so the veil will separate the holy place from the most holy place. But then, it's recorded in Matthew 27, verse 51, at that moment the veil of the temple was torn in 2 from top to bottom. The earth quaked and the rocks were split. This veil that separates the holy place from the most holy place was torn, because Christ himself had become the breach in the veil. His flesh, torn, opened the way not just into a room, but into an entirely new reality. Hebrews 10:19-20. Therefore, brothers, since we have confidence to enter the most holy place by the blood of Jesus, by the new and living way opened for us through the veil of his body. Did you catch that? Through the veil of his body. Jesus was the veil, and when his body was broken, this quantum boundary that exists between realms was forever torn. Modern science tells us there may be higher dimensions beyond our perception. In quantum mechanics, particles can exist in multiple states in multiple places until observed. Some physicists speculate that our 3D world is a projection from a higher reality, what they call a holographic principle. What the Bible might describe as heaven, science might think is a higher dimensional manifold. And the veil? Not necessarily just fabric, but a field, a boundary, put in place for our own protection, but also only accessible through God's grace. Isaiah 64:1. Oh, that you would rend the heavens and come down, that the mountains would quake at your presence. At Jesus' baptism, Mark 1:10, as soon as Jesus came up out of the water, he saw the heavens breaking open and the Spirit descending on him like a dove. The Greek for breaking open is schizo, to tear violently. The veil was torn open for a brief moment, perhaps a foreshadowing of what he was to do next. The same veil appears in Revelation 6, verse 14. The skies receded like a scroll being rolled up, and every mountain and island was moved from its place. Here in the final unveiling, the apocalypse, where mere metaphor and poetry collapses into the real world, and the skies literally recede like a scroll. Acts 7, verse 57 says, Look, Stephen said, I see heaven open and the Son of Man standing at the right hand of God. Even in death, the veil lifts up. The true throne room appears not above us, but through that torn veil. Hebrews 6, verse 19-20. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and steadfast. It enters the inner sanctuary behind the curtain, where Jesus, our forerunner, has entered on our behalf. Behind this curtain, beyond the quantum veil, our Redeemer has gone before us. If you find this research helpful and interesting, get your news analysis and deconstruction from a biblical perspective twice a week on Canary Cry News Talk on YouTube, Rumble, and your favorite podcast player. And if you want further breakdown and discussion on this and other Beyond the Verse topics, tune in to Canary Cry Clubhouse, recorded live every Thursday.